Just put it under your tongue and rub it in your cheek. I think you're calmed down.
So quickly. The voice is coming back. Did you guys eat lunch?
Are you hungry now?
Funny I am. Yeah.
When you're young and healthy, you tend to think that life will be that way forever. But just like everybody else, you'll reach an age when health problems start to rear their ugly head. So hear me out on this, because just like Larry found the right plant for his condition, you'll discover yours in the next few minutes. Because somewhere in nature, there's a cure for whatever ails us. I'll show you the common plants growing in your own backyard that will replace your antibiotic pills, the common weeds that can numb your pain just like morphine, and the tourniquet plants that can stop your bleeding in minutes. You'll also discover the plants that work better than modern drugs to reverse joint damage from arthritis, safely lower your cholesterol, stabilize your blood sugars, turn the clock back on degenerative brain diseases, and a lot more. I'm also going to share with you the strange story of one of the greatest healers who's ever lived. You'll find out how you can make use of 3 of his most powerful remedies immediately. One for severe pain, one for life-threatening infections, and one that will greatly improve your quality of life from this day forth. And the last one will totally take you by surprise. This man had desperate people in front of his house day and night hoping to find relief after conventional medicine had failed them. The lines were so long that one time the police even had to disperse them as they were blocking traffic on the street. Now, I've seen people whose doctors have given them no more than 6 months to live, who after following his treatment are still alive and well more than 20 years later. And I know all this because I was there, and this man was my grandfather. The first remedy that I'm going to show you is called Angry Bear Paw, which my grandfather used to treat wounded and dying American soldiers on the battlefield. You'll probably want to keep some close at hand, especially if you're over 40. My grandfather's story began during the Great Depression, when he became an orphan. Now, luckily, he was adopted by Ayanna, a Native American woman from whom he learned his first medicinal plants and remedies. Before long, my grandfather could name thousands of edible and medicinal weeds. He knew where to find them, when to harvest them, and how to turn them into powerful remedies. He'd scribble everything down in his plant notebook, which he kept by his side until his death. By the beginning of World War II, he was already known as a gifted healer in the community. And during the bloody battle for Pétion, his division converted a French church into a makeshift hospital. By nightfall, it was full of hundreds of wounded young Americans. And when the surgeons ran out of morphine, it was my grandfather who gave the soldiers relief. He had Angry Bear Paw with him, which is a powerful pain-killing extract that he made from this plant. Now, I'm sure you've seen it in your backyard, too. My grandfather would rush from soldier to soldier and put a small vial of the extract to their lips. In a short time, the loud groans and cries subsided, to the amazement of all the Army surgeons. Now, he wasn't a medic, but after seeing how well his remedies worked, they let him do his job. And by the end of the war, every man in the 8th Infantry Division knew him as Dr. Davis. And since then, that's what people called him. Every June, my grandfather would gather the leaves of this very common plant, which is called wild lettuce. The milky substance is where the potency of this plant lies. My grandfather would grind and boil the leaves until he got a brown substance, like this. Then you need to strain it and leave the liquid on low heat for another 2 to 3 hours until it becomes gluey and dark. And sometimes it can take almost 4 to 5 hours. The Comanche natives called this powerful extract Angry Bear Paw, and that's because the warriors who drank it before battle could endure and keep fighting despite heavy wounds, just like an angry mother bear. Now, the second remedy that I'll show you was known as Logman's Mending Fur, and it brought me back from the brink of death, and it might just do the same for you one day.